I'm Jamie Yoder, and I'm joined by my colleagues Marie Carr and Anand. As part of our Insurance 2020 and Beyond research, we've detailed the steep trends and how they manifest themselves in each of the insurance sectors. Importantly, I think one of the key disruptors is really centers around customer revolution.
The other point I think both of you mentioned is this outside-in view. And just because we are starting from the end customer in mind, that fundamentally changes how you view your competition as well. So now it's no longer just I'm selling life insurance products or annuity products. I'm looking at the broker-dealer or the wealth management or the asset management on my side. They're all going after the same customer. While we are looking at it in terms of our own little siloed products, it's a different view as to when and why they should buy it. Now, if you're coming from the customer perspective, it's more what do they need? And that need is being satisfied by a variety of different product providers, and that's what gives you attention to what are they doing and what can we do better. I think that's outside-in view fundamentally changes the way you look at your internal processes.
Absolutely.
And there's so many things that are feeding into this customer dynamic, because when you say with the outside-in view, and your point about making it simple, now we have visualization, now we have technology that can take these things that you needed a human being to walk through the script. Now you can kind of codify that, walk it through, but then from a regulatory perspective, how do you ensure that they made the right recommendation? How do you ensure that they were thinking about all the things that they should, not just the product that you were selling, but what was the need? Before, that was a very expensive, proposition to put forward. Now it isn't. So that's why you see so much more morphing of products and services coming together to meet the needs, and that's putting a different demand on insurance carriers.
Yeah, well, and I think it's also looking beyond just what the role that the insurer themselves would play in that. Is if you look at the customer, the decisions they're making, on the health and wealth side, and in terms of the implications of more decisions being pushed out to the customer, in terms of risks and new emergent risks and what they're trying to do there. So, how do we really think of those solutions, not just in what we may play, but maybe there's partners that you team with to present more of a holistic view of the advice. You don't mean you have to provide it. It doesn't mean you have to provide it all yourself, but how are you helping bring that to the customers in a way that really focuses on their outcomes.
And so the takeaways, there's so much that companies can take action on. The decisions they're making about their customers, their marketing, social media, distribution, technology. There's so many things that, kind of are at their attention where they're like, okay, how do I go forward?
Yeah, so, I think, so we've talked a little bit about the outside in. It really starts with the framing of understanding that, the view of those solutions and needs, and then what is it necessary in the role that as an insurer you may play within that, but understanding and starting with that picture. And I think going from there, looking at a more holistic view of understanding your customers, your channel and partners, your employees, in the context of how you're delivering and viewing those outcomes for the customer. And then lastly, I think this notion of really separating sophistication and complication, right? Don't instantly treat it, sophistication isn't complexity. Complexity and all the new tools and information and technology, so the digital aspects that are possible for you to think about simplifying in a new way. I think those are really the three sort of themes that I would sort of center on around customer revolution.